Here in Minnesota, blizzards, summer storms, power outages, and traffic jams can leave you and your family in an emergency situation. If disaster strikes, Assistant Public Health Administrator Nicholas Kelly encourages people to have a game plan for different scenarios.
September is Preparedness Month. It's a month FEMA kicked off in 2004, really promoting preparedness across the country.
Kelly practices what he preaches.
This is my little go bag where I have a bunch of winter clothing, I have a bunch of water. This sits in the trunk of my car most of the time.
He has several bags on hand at the office and in his car in case of emergency.
Driving to work now, I always keep this stuff in my trunk. So I always have a blanket, I have another jacket, I have a shovel. This bag has some basic first aid supplies in it, some gloves, some utensils, some tools, a roll of duct tape, so useful, and some basic first aid supplies. So this is a little magnetic light. It's a strobe light with a red light. So it's super useful if you're ever in an emergency situation and you need somebody to make sure they can find your car. It's magnetic, so you can put it on the roof of your car.
It's stuff he has ready to go at all times, because making a plan on the spot may be harder than you think.
Often when a crisis happens, our cell phones don't work because everybody's using them. So can you text? Does somebody know outside of the metro where you are? When you have a power outage, you don't have the internet. And all of a sudden you're trying to figure out what to do and I'm going to Google it. You can't do that when the power's out. You need to be able to be resilient for when these things occur.
But there's no one plan that fits all. Every family has different needs.
In our house, we have a young child, and so there's a bunch of different needs you have when you have a young kid at home. You have to think about, their needs, their food, their diapers. The same thing goes for pets. A lot of people won't leave their animals at home when a disaster strikes and they have to evacuate. So you have to think about, what are you going to do with your pet? How are you going to take them? What shelters will take them if you ever had to evacuate?
Interested in learning more? Community Emergency Response Team training will take place several times in October at the Richfield Community Center. For more information on the training, contact Joel Nelson at 952-563-8985 or email cert@bloomingtonmn.gov. You can also visit blm.mn/prepare for ideas.
Our Bloomington Public Health Family Emergency Preparedness page has a ton of resources, everything from helping people with physical disabilities to small children, families with pets.
And while preparing your family for disaster is the first priority, residents should keep their community in mind.
Think about your neighbors, what you can do to help them out. If you can take care of your place and help your neighbors out, then that means there's less burden in the community of people needing help when an emergency occurs.
So this month, take the time to make a plan, because emergencies are as unpredictable as our Minnesota weather.